Okay, the purpose of today's vlog is to talk about the writer's role in the development and commissioning of films and TV shows. And these are the important points that you need to hit in the vlog that you've been asked to do. So, what are the important things that we need to start off with? Well, the first thing we need to understand is that the writer starts the process by having an idea. And then that idea is turned into a number of things. Okay, so the first thing that is produced is a log line. And a log line is one of the things I would expect you to explain in your vlog. And basically a log line is a 40-word pitch of the idea that can be used to sell the idea. Okay, and so what I'd like you to do is do some research, find some log lines for various things, and then use those as examples in your vlog. Okay, the next thing that a writer would produce would be a synopsis, and this is the idea explained in about sort of a page, a couple of paragraphs. And it's just, again, it's like the concept. It's like, what is it about this idea that would make somebody want to either commission this TV show or produce this film? Okay, and that's boiled down into one page. If it's a film, the synopsis would basically be like a paragraph for each of the three acts, explaining the story, but also the logline would be involved in that. If it's a TV show, you're trying to get over the core of the idea. Now this is where it changes, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the processes separately, and also you'd also produce a script for each of the two pitches as well. And this would all be done speculatively, and these projects are called spec script, a speculative script for either TV or for film. And speculative just simply means that you're doing something on you're developing an idea in your own time, which you're then actually going to take out to someone else. Nobody's asked you to do it, hasn't been commissioned. Yeah, you're doing this as a spec script. Okay, so let's talk about the film process first. Okay, so the film process is that you've developed your idea, you've got a log line and a synopsis. You may have written a treatment. A treatment is a longer description of the film, and that might run to 10 pages because some producers like to read treatment, some producers don't, so it all depends on which producer you're pitching to. And the other thing that you will have produced is your version of the script, and the script will be about 120 pages long. Okay, so this is your package, your pitch package, your log line, synopsis, treatment or not, and your script. And your next port of call is either to go to producers that you have a direct relationship or to do this via an agent. Okay, so this is the next person that you need to cover off in your description of the process. Now, an agent represents the writer and is the link between the writer and producers. This is still talking about film. Okay, so the writer will take the project into the agent will read it, and they'll go, actually, I think I'm going to take it to these three producers that I have a relationship with, because I think that they're the right people to pitch to. And basically it's about matching the project to the right production company. So the agent will then take these projects into the production companies, into the producers of those production companies, and they'll be involved in the primary pitch, like there's something that I want to put in front of you, and then they would either ask for a log line, or they would ask for a synopsis, or they would ask for a treatment, or in some cases, if the agent's got a good relation with the producer, they would ask for the script. Okay? So at this point, the agent has taken the project into the producer. Now, if the producer's interested in this, then the writer will come in for a meeting, and what will happen next is if the production company wants to go ahead with the project, which 9 times out of 10, actually 99 times out of 100 they won't, but let's just say for a second they do, what they will do is they will then option the script. And optioning the script is something that you definitely need to talk about in your vlog. And optioning a script is where the production company pays the writer a small fee, a couple of £1,000, in order to say, we own the rights to try to produce this film for a fixed period of time, and that's normally 3 years. So they would say, we're going to take an option on this project for 3 years, and that gives the production company 3 years to raise the finance and to do the deals that they need to do to get the film made. And if they can get the film into production in those 3 years' time, there's also an agreement with the writer about how much they'll be paid once it goes into production. Okay, so there are 2 stages in being paid once the script is optioned. One is the option fee, which is just, we have the right to do this. You can't take this to anyone else in these 3 years. And then there's the other fee, which is the fee that's paid on first day of principal photography. And that's basically once the film goes into production, the first day that cameras roll on the project, then the writer gets paid the larger amount, and that larger amount is normally 3% of the budget of the film. Okay, so 2 fees, option fee, which is normally about a couple of £1,000, and then the actual production, the day fee that's paid on first day of principal photography, which is normally 3% of the production budget. However, there are steps in between optioning and production, and that's actually called the development phase, and that's when the screenwriter will work with the producer of the film company and also a script editor in order to change the script so that it's right for the production company. And this is where the writer is involved in the rewrite process. So the producer and a script editor will give notes to the writer, and notes are just criticism, things that they want changing, and then the writer is supposed to go away and actually rewrite the script in order to have it ready so that it can go into production. Yeah, and fundamentally, the option money that you're paid covers off the work that you do when you're doing those rewrites in the development phase. Okay, so fundamentally, that's the film process. So speculative idea with logline, synopsis, treatment, and a script goes to the agent. Agent pitches that to the producer, and then if the producer likes it, they option it, and the writer gets a small fee. They then do development work where the script is rewritten from notes from the producer and also from the script editor. And then when it finally goes into production, always assuming it does go into production, the writer then gets 3% of the budget normally as the fee to release the script for making it work. However, if the script doesn't go into production, at the end of the 3 years, the script goes back to the writer, and then they can sell it on to another company. And that's how the film process works for screenwriters.